Swadika and good evening and welcome to Thai PBS World Tonight. I'm Nabunak.
I'm Frank Kanchi.
And we are at another huge turning point in Thai politics after Pathongtham Shinawatra was ousted by the Constitutional Court last Friday. And this means a new prime ministerial candidate will have to be chosen. Initially, many people thought that the Pheu Thai-led coalition will nominate Chaikasem Nitisiri, who's the last prime ministerial candidate of the Pheu Thai party, and that would be the only person right now. However, he has a rival already because the Phumjai Thai party has nominated Anutin Charnvirakul as their prime ministerial candidate as well. And it seems like Anutin is very confident that he will become the next prime minister as well. So currently, both sides have proposed two potential candidates. So the Pheu Thai side, they nominated Chaikasem Nitisiri, who is the last prime ministerial candidate of the Pheu Thai-led coalition, and the Phumjai Thai party has nominated Anutin Charnvirakul as their prime ministerial candidate. So both parties are now racing to earn support from a political party with the most seats in the House of Representatives to vote their candidates as the new prime minister, which is the main opposition People's Party. But the top condition that the People's Party has set is, of course, they must call for a parliament dissolution to pave the way for the next general election. And People's Party leader Nathapong Rueangpanyawut recently announced that all of their MPs from his party are ready to support a prime ministerial candidate on these conditions. And one of the conditions include dissolving the parliament within 4 months after the new prime minister presents their policy statement, which will pave the way for a general election. The second condition is that the new cabinet must organize a referendum on constitutional amendments to pave the way for the drafting of a new charter. And the last condition is that the People's Party will not join the government and will continue in opposition to scrutinize the new administration.
Right, and Ned, you already talked about the key name, Anutin Charnvirakul, because he is the Phumjai Thai party leader here, and he's so confident of being the next prime minister, no matter to get the support, of course, from People's Party here. But he said that as Phumjai Thai leaders and prime ministerial candidate, he has been ready since 2019. He stressed that his party has agreed to the conditions set by the People's Party that Ned just talked about. Asked whether dissolving parliament so soon would be premature, Anutin replied that there's no such thing as too soon or too late. However, Anutin declined to reveal how many MPs were backing him, but insisted that the coalition had enough support from the People's Party, from other parties to form a government. Joining him at the press conference were representatives from the United Thai Nation parties, Palang Pracharath parties, and former deputy leader of the Democrat Party too. And also 10 renegade MPs from Pheu Thai party also joined this press conference. So Ned, it means that, of course, he wants to get a lot of support from different side of parties on the political landscape, and at the end to become the prime minister. Maybe just for 4 months, but right now is Anutin's goal. But yeah.
What is much more interesting is that there are a few renegade MPs from the Pheu Thai party joining this group as well to vote in support of Anutin Charnvirakul of the Phumjai Thai party. So that is really interesting.
So it's what you said, Ned, here, as of course, Pheu Thai party, there's some faction inside, and it's very important for Phumtham to analyze the situation right now, because acting Prime Minister Phumtham Wechayachai claimed that the Pheu Thai-led coalition parties will stay together to form a new government. But right now, of course, we see that thin margin in the parliament too. So any party right now, of course, in the parliament got support from the People's Party, meaning that the party leader or the candidate will become the next prime minister. Phumtham called a meeting of the coalition parties after the court ousted Paetongtarn on Friday over the controversial telephone conversation with the Cambodian strongman Hun Sen. All except the Glatam party were at the meeting, which was called by Phumtham to seek confirmation from the coalition partners that they will stay with the Pheu Thai party. Phumthai also say that their candidate for the next prime minister is still Chaikasem Nidisiri, adding, however, that he will discuss the issue with the coalition partners before formally nominating the candidate to the House for approval. So Ned, Phumtham right now, of course, People's Party and Phumjai Thai parties now. And we see another party on the political landscape too.
Exactly, and that is the party who used to be the main rival of the Pheu Thai party. One of them is the Democrat Party. So meanwhile, the Democrat Party leader Chalerm Chaisi said on Sunday night that they have not yet decided to partner with the Pheu Thai party in the formation of a new government coalition. He made the statement after a meeting of the executive committee, which assigned him to represent the party in talks on the matter. He said that for the time being, the Democrats are waiting until the dust has settled before making a decision whether to join any particular coalition. As to who will become the next prime minister, you might want to have a look at how many MPs are supporting Anutin or Chaikasem, and out of all 492 MPs, a candidate needs at least 247 MPs in order to be chosen as the prime minister. So you can see that on the Pheu Thai side, they have about 196 MPs as of now, while the Phumjai Thai side has about 151 MPs. But for the People's Party, which has up to 143 MPs, this will be the turning point as to who will get more support. So far, the People's Party has not yet made a final decision on who they will support as the main prime ministerial candidate. And the vote by the House of Representatives for Thailand's next prime minister is expected to take place this week, which is either on September 4th or September 5th. House Speaker Wan Muhammad Nomatar revealed today that he has assigned the Secretary General of the House of Representatives to coordinate the acceptance of prime ministerial nominations from political parties. Wan No explained that MPs must be informed at least one day in advance of a parliament vote. Therefore, September 4th and 5th are the most likely dates. And he also added that he wants the vote on the country's next leader as soon as possible because he doesn't want to see Thailand without a prime minister for too long. And that would affect the internal stability and also the trust in the government as well.
Ned, very important date for Thailand too, as what you said, 4th and 5th. This time, of course, we haven't got any information about People's Party, their intention for the next prime minister vote there. But right now, some political analysts say that this is the time for People's Party to play if they really want to make promise with any devil in the game. I'm talking about the game here, so I use that term, that if any party, no matter it's Pheu Thai party or Phumjai Thai party, if they really make this union together, any party will really follow the regulations that People's Party set. Because Prime Minister only for 4 months.
Yeah.
It means that, of course, December or early January, we might have another new election coming for new Prime Minister.
Yeah.
And that person, of course, getting the seat, replacing Paetongtarn might just have the seat for 4 months because it doesn't mean that prime minister, next prime minister, will become a new prime minister again after the new election. It might be quite risky.
It's really risky because let's say right now it's September, we might have like a new prime minister, but like by the end of this month, the latest. So 4 months, that would be January, and the next elections might be either in February or March. Yeah. So that is quite risky for the government and also Thailand as a whole.
And it is very interesting now to talk about what people want,
Exactly.
what kind of prime minister they want to see.
Exactly, and a recent opinion poll has revealed their ideal candidates for a new prime ministerial candidate of Thailand. But surprisingly, most of the respondents want to see a new prime minister who has a business background. And NIDA Poll has revealed its findings from a recent opinion survey, which took place at the end of August. And based on the results, 32% of the respondents want a new prime minister who's a businessman or someone who owns a large business. So what does this indicate? So they may have felt that the economy and the business sector are at risk, like for several months. So maybe that is the sentiment here. They need someone who knows business and economics very well.
So to be honest, we already have those prime ministers like Seta Thavisin, of course. Pedong Shinawat also a CEO before, right? So and right now this time, of course, I think Thai people, they really want to see pragmatic policies. Of course, business background is very important for a prime minister, maybe perhaps to face challenges by tariff impact, is what we say all the time when we cover the news. But
and foreign
right now,
direct investment as well. You're trying to get that confidence from the foreign investors to put in the money into Thailand. So they must have a very good understanding of what this is all about.
Yeah, but I think what essential part is that political stability. We want to see that if that new election really approaching and we have new prime minister after the election, how long could the new prime minister stay on the seat?
Exactly. And even though most of the respondents want a new prime minister to be a businessman or someone who owns a large business, but some respondents also say that they want a new prime minister who's from the military. 24% of the respondents say that, while 19% want a seasoned politician to become the new prime minister, and another 16% want a lawyer. So there are a lot of occupations being listed in this opinion survey as well, because some people also answered that a new prime minister should be an academic. Some say SME owners. Celebrities are on the list as well. Some people from NGOs and even local politicians should be the next prime minister. So you see a wide range of occupations here, but the top choice is someone who is in business.
Yeah, so that's why I think at this time, Thai people, they really want to see how the next prime minister can really drive the economy for Thailand, as in productivity, everything is going down right now. It's kind of like a sinking boat for Thai people, but how can the person secure the boat?
Exactly. And apart from the ideal occupation for the new prime minister, they are also asked about the ideal generation of the new prime minister. And 65% of the respondents say the new prime minister should be of Generation X, or those aged between 45 to 60 years old. Meanwhile, 24.9% wanted a new prime minister to be of our generation, Generation Y, or millennials, or those aged between 29 to 44 years old. Some people also answered baby boomers, and that is only 9%. And 0.23% answered the silent generation, or those who are 80 years old and above.
Right, very interesting to see, because I think part of respondents, they really want to see new ideas, people with new ideas, with drivers to really help people to stimulate the economy, to stabilize the economy too. But of course, some still want baby boomers to come.
Well, but then with Generation X, that is interesting, because we have seen a prime minister from Generation Y. But then if we look at their performance, maybe it did not really live up to people's expectations. That's why they may have hoped for someone with more maturity and experience to lead the country. Imagine being a leader of 70 million people in Thailand, that is not an easy task.
Yeah.
It's not like a company where you're leading like thousands of employees and that's it. It's still a daunting challenge, but then to be a prime minister, that is a lot on someone's shoulder. And another interesting question is that the poll also asked about the possibility of voters casting their ballots for completely new political parties that currently do not have any MPs in parliament, and the direction for both partyless MPs and constituency MPs are quite similar to each other, because about 32% say that they will definitely vote for a completely new party. So that's interesting, because maybe the sentiment is that they are sick and tired of the same old parties with the same old ideologies.
Yeah, nowadays People's Party, especially new parties.
Yeah.
Bentham Party, of course, we talk about it. So many new parties right now on the list, but this is how it works, Nick. Politics. It's all about, sometimes all about deals. How do you work with another party? And right now, people, they do not have that complexity in their mind. They just want to have good life.
Yeah.
And if the business background new prime minister, of course, could really help us, help the people on the ground.
It's going to be a huge challenge, but then I think the big question is who will be the next prime minister, and whether the new prime minister will actually live up to people's whether he or she will live up to people's expectations, or at least the expectations of the People's Party. Remember the 3 conditions, one of them being they must dissolve the parliament within 4 months. That is the top condition that the People's Party has been saying all along. And even since before Pattongtarn was ousted by the Constitutional Court, the party has been calling for a party dissolution all along, because that is the only way for the country to move on.
Only way for the country to move on. But you talk about dissolution of the parliament. Next story, of course, we have to talk about business here, because some business leaders think that dissolution of parliament is not necessary, because right now the point is to stabilize the economy. So according to the chairman of the Thai National Shippers Council, Thanakorn Gaseswan, said that the private sector does not want parliament dissolved. Quote, right now political negotiations must be sustained to allow the formation of a government. For business, this is a political matter, but what we want is stability, unquote. He warned that the government cannot afford to remain idle given global volatility. It must accelerate economic initiative, diversify export market to reduce risk. Another private sector leader also expressed concern that the new government will have limited time to operate while the economy remains fragile. So actually, net business right now, they really want stability.
Yeah.
As in before this happened, I mean, Pattongtarn was dismissed by the Charter Court. I talked to economists, so many business leaders, they think that, okay, this time maybe Pattongtarn has had the luck to still stay on the seat, because the stability is very important for Thailand. They don't want to see volatility on the ground. But
But we're dealing with 2 political earthquakes during the past year. Last year was the ouster of Sethar Thavisin, and now Pattongtarn, and there is no stability at the moment. So it is a huge concern for many business owners and economists, because if there are too many changes in the government, what about the policies? What about the economic stability? And we've been talking about this many times, that the economic growth for Thailand will be the lowest among ASEAN countries.
Lowest ASEAN country, and ASEAN 5 too, because we always put ASEAN 5 together. But Thailand right now, the GDP growth is so low. Today, of course, I talked to one of your contacts, Ajahn Pawita too. Less than 2% is what she said. But Actually, business leaders, they really want to see stability, as according to a vice chairman of Thai Chamber of Commerce, say that whichever side succeeds, so no matter Phunchai Thai Party, Pheu Thai Party holds the government in the next phase, the business leader wants to see Thailand to act very swiftly because, of course, the impact of tariff from US, GDP growth, very low government expenditure next time, because right now, of course, we haven't seen next government formed. It means that it takes some time for government to be formed for maybe a month or 3 weeks, as what you said. It means that, of course, on the government side, they have to restructure. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time to do the budget, do the expenditure, but as what I said, SMEs, other small business enterprises, they cannot wait for the stimuluses.
And it's going to be a daunting challenge for the new government because they also have to clean up the mess that the previous government has done as well. Like one of them being the digital wallet scheme that has not been fully completed, and the clarity of the 20 baht flat fare for sky trains as well, and the entertainment complex bill, which Pheu Thai has decided to scrap it already. And
what else, man? Yeah, what's going to happen? Because you talk about that 20 baht flat fare too.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm so excited about that project. Sometimes I take BTS train too this time. But of course, I'm foreigner. I couldn't use that. But I mean, so many Thai friends, they really want to use that. But right now, it's already delayed to mid-November. And we have to wait for the formation of new government.
Yes, apart from those policies, what about the interest rates that have been cut like so many times to its lowest point? How are they going to fix that?
Of course, it will depend on what Federal Reserve, Jay Powell, the chair, that would decide whenever to lower the interest rate, and Thailand will follow by or really just stick to 1.5%. But it's not just interest rate, it's everything, every corner in the business, and which links to politics too, Ned. Of course, right now you do so much on political side, I do business side too, but when it merged together, we couldn't put it aside. It means that
it's always linked together because the stability of the government is also linked to the continued economic policies as well. But like we have said so many times, is that because there are too many changes in the government, the policies are always put on hold or even scrapped.
Yeah, so we have to wait until the end of this week, no matter a vote in the parliament will take place and who will become the next prime minister for 4 months, theoretically. I mean.
All right, and that's all for this edition of Thai PBS World Tonight. Join us every Monday and Tuesday at 6 p.m. on Thai PBS World's Facebook and YouTube Live. You can also follow us on social media and our website, thaipbsworld.com, for all the latest stories and analyses about Thailand. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ